Hey there, travellers. It's James from HasWings, and today we're diving into one of the most practical and money-saving skills for any trip abroad: how to use public transportation like a local, no matter where you are in the world. Whether you're heading to a bustling city or a quiet town, knowing how to navigate the local buses, trains, and metros can save you both time and money, while giving you a deeper sense of the culture. Let's get started. Before arriving in any country, spend some time researching the local public transport options. This includes checking whether they have buses, trains, metros, trams, or maybe even ferries. Many cities have dedicated transportation websites or apps that offer maps, timetables, and even real-time updates. Download these apps before your trip. For example, in cities like New York or London, apps like Citymapper or Google Maps are a traveller's best friend. They'll help you figure out the best route, estimate travel times, and even tell you where to switch lines. Next, familiarise yourself with how the ticketing system works. In some cities, you'll need to buy a ticket from a machine or counter, while others have switched to digital passes or cards. Many European cities, for instance, use contactless cards, like the Oyster card in London or the Navigo Pass in Paris. If you're staying in one place for more than a few days, look into multi-day or weekly passes. These usually offer unlimited rides and can save you a lot of money compared to buying single tickets. And here's an important note: always check if you need to validate your ticket before boarding. In many countries, like Italy, you'll need to stamp your ticket in a machine before getting on the train or bus. If you forget, you could end up with a fine, even if you've paid for your ticket. Just like back home, public transportation systems have peak and off-peak hours. If you want to avoid the crowds and the stress, try to plan your trips during off-peak hours. In major cities, rush hour typically runs from around 7 to 9 in the morning and 4:30 to 6:30 in the evening. During these times, you might find it difficult to get a seat, and buses or trains can be packed. If possible, try to explore the city during quieter times for a more relaxed experience. Mind the local etiquette. Every country has its own unspoken rules when it comes to using public transportation, so it's important to pay attention to local etiquette. For example, in Japan, you'll notice that people tend to stay quiet on trains and buses. It's considered rude to talk loudly or make phone calls. In cities like London, standing on the right side of the escalator is the norm, while the left side is for people in a hurry. And no matter where you are, always be mindful of giving up your seat to someone who might need it more, like the elderly or pregnant women. Ask locals for help or observe. If you're ever unsure about which bus or train to take, don't hesitate to ask locals for help. People are often more than willing to give you directions, especially if you ask politely. In some countries, you might find that older residents are eager to help and strike up a conversation, while in others, younger people are more likely to speak English and offer assistance. If you're not comfortable asking, sometimes just observing can help you figure out how things work. Watch how others buy their tickets, where they stand, and how they board. Keep your valuables safe. Public transport, especially in busy cities, can unfortunately be a prime spot for pickpockets. Always keep your bag zipped and close to you, and be aware of your surroundings, particularly in crowded areas. A crossbody bag that you can keep in front of you is a good choice, as it's harder for someone to grab it unnoticed. And of course, avoid flashing expensive items like phones or cameras when you don't need them. Get off the beaten path. One of the best things about using public transport is that it allows you to explore areas that aren't always covered in guidebooks. Instead of relying solely on taxis or rideshare services, hop on a local bus or regional train and venture out to lesser-known neighbourhoods or even nearby towns. You'll often find hidden gems, whether it's a quiet park, a local market, or a cafe filled with residents instead of tourists. Closing tips. To wrap it all up, mastering public transport is about more than just saving money. It's a way to immerse yourself in the local experience. You get to see how everyday life flows, connect with people, and sometimes stumble upon unexpected adventures. So, next time you travel, skip the taxi and take the bus or train. You'll not only get from point A to point B, but you'll also come away with a richer travel experience. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more travel tips and guides from HasWings. Safe travels, and I'll see you in the next video.